over a little passing system I've been doing here recently, especially useful in the hot summertime months when it gets so sweaty you can't do anything. So we're going to be going over what I like to call the inside body lock passing system that I've kind of just been formulating over the past couple months, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Before we get into the actual body lock pass, there's a couple of key things that I think about throughout the entirety of the system that kind of help me direct my pathways of where I want to go. Number one, I need to create a closed circuit around my partner's hips. That way they can't move as well, and that way their legs are out of play, right? The closed circuit can either be my hands locked or with a tight waist where the mat creates a closed circuit for me. Second thing is I'm always looking to, after I get that body lock position or tight waist position, is I'm trying to get either chest to chest or chest to back if there's some degree of back exposure. The third thing I'm looking to do is pummel my shins accordingly based on the reactions that my opponent is giving me. And of course, the fourth thing, is most important thing, is maintaining head position the entire time. So while we're going through this kind of instructional, mini instructional, I'll call it, we're gonna go over first the entries into this inside body lock, where I personally like to go to it from. Also, we're gonna go into general pathways, and then we're gonna go into troubleshooting based on what our partner can do to us from this certain passing position. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Really, I've got, I'll say, three main entries, okay? And this kind of stems from what our gym is predominantly known for, which is the headquarters, the knee cut, and half guard passing. And I kind of added my own flair to it just based off of what I saw in training. So initially, let's look at why the body lock I believe is favorable. So if Isaac's on his back and I'm in a regular headquarters position like so, I don't necessarily have good control over his hips. His legs still have the ability to move, especially when it's sweaty, I can't even stand up. So what I'm looking to do here is I'm looking to connect my hands around his waist or get my hands around his hips, and the mat closes that circuit for me. So how am I supposed to do this? So Isaac's gonna have a good knee shield here, which is exactly what I want him to have, because it's gonna tell me which way I need to go for the pass. So initially, when I'm in this headquarters position, as I'm putting weight on my partner, I'm gonna attempt to first pull the knee out and drive my armpit into that hip, like this, okay? Now from here, I kind of bait my partner to sit up by leaning back, like this, almost like I want him to sit up so that way he can sweep me or do anything else. Right, so as he sits up, even if he gets an underhook, I'm gonna lock my hands around his waist. I personally favor when they underhook because it's gonna contort their body a little bit more. I found if I have double unders or a traditional body lock, I can get swept a lot easier. So instead, when he sits up and gets that underhook, I'm gonna collapse my elbow down. I'm gonna lock my hands around his back. Now I know the game is starting. Right now I know I can start passing the guard. So as I force him down to his back, it's gonna create a wedge between the floor and his back to where it makes it very uncomfortable. Now from here, I'm gonna basically do a near knee through or a splits pass, but his butterfly hook is stopping me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprawl my right hip all the way down to the floor and shed that butterfly hook. Now from here, I'm just gonna X my legs, and now I can start passing with a strong body lock. He has an underhook, yes, but I have a near side head block to where now I can start unlocking my hands and going into a pinning position. This is one of my favorite ones, is that body lock from that headquarters position if we can pull the knee out, right? Oftentimes when I'm here and I'm trying to pull the knee out, he's naturally gonna close his knees together, okay? So the things I'm looking for, I'm doing this passing system, is I'm looking to open their legs or to pinch their legs together. Okay, so if I can't open his legs, that means he's counter-forcing his knees together. So I'm gonna push his legs together, and I'm gonna start going into a smash pass here. I'm gonna go over the smash pass in more detail when we go to the knee cut, so we're just gonna stop here for now. But the main goal for me is entering into the headquarters position. So let's say Isaac is sitting up, right? This is my favorite way to enter it. It's kind of like a nonchalant way. Let's go back a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of step in, I'm gonna let him get shin to shin. But if you notice, my hand is already down for an underhook. So as he gets that shin to shin, I'm gonna lower my base down, and I'm gonna try to lock my hands around him. He still has the shin to shin, but all I have to do is bring my heel to my butt, and now from here, I'm in that same passing position. Now, I didn't go over this in the beginning, but since I have my left hand as an underhook, I'm gonna pass to my right side. If I have my right hand as an underhook, I'm gonna pass to my left side, just so that way he can't build up to a dogfight position. So in this specific scenario where Isaac's gonna sit up one more time, I have it on a near side underhook. I'm now gonna pin him to the floor, and I'm gonna post my right leg towards the camera a little bit. Right, so sit up. I know it sucks. From here, I'm gonna bring my head down and I'm just gonna take my leg, float it out to the side, and I'm gonna start passing with a knee cut. Okay, the position is so uncomfortable for the person on bottom. Generally, they're just gonna let you pass because it feels like their spine is about to break. So again, from that headquarters position, we can just simply walk into a shin to shin so long as I have good hand position. So I get that hand low, right? From here, I'm gonna dip my chest under his chin, like this. Okay, I have my underhook. Now I need to connect my hands for that closed circuit. Don't connect your hands up high. Don't connect them too low. I want it right at the mid-back. I'm going gable grip here. I'm gonna push him down to the floor, and from here, I can start working my body lock system. Again, if I can open that knee up, if I have this underhook, I'm going knee cut. If I have the other underhook, again from here, if he sits up, let's say I have an imaginary body lock, so I don't want to make Isaac suffer too much, I'm gonna sprawl my leg out, bring my knee to the floor, and now I can start passing. Okay? So the position is really contingent upon which underhook I have. Sometimes you're gonna have to pass to the side that doesn't have an underhook, and you're gonna have to switch your pinning options, which we'll go over here in just a second. But that is from headquarters. Let's go into the knee cut now. So let's say, turn towards the camera. For me, I often like to fight from this kind of split squat position. Scoot over just a little bit. Didn't mean to hit you in the nose there. All right? It's a split squat position. Okay, I don't have his knee beaten yet, but the movements that I'm gonna do are gonna either make his knees close or force his knees to open. Again, that's what I'm thinking about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dive my head under his chin. My left arm is gonna become a tight waist. So I go high hips, low head, and I'm gonna get here. So if we turn a little bit, look at my positioning. I have this hand floating. This is gonna be kind of like my radar hand of what I can do and where I can go. My left arm is a tight waist, my head is under his chin. Okay, for me personally, I'm gonna do two things with my inside leg. I'm either gonna sprawl my hips down and Turk the leg, that way he can't free it to close guard, or if I feel like he's lazy here, I can pummel my shin to the outside, and now I'm technically outside of his guard. The same rule applies for whenever I was in the headquarters. Once I get here, I'm gonna lean my weight back and kind of hope that he sits up. He sits up, I lock my hands here. Now the pathway here is gonna be twofold. I can either pin him chest to chest half guard, or I can circle around to the back. If I wanna pin him, I use my ear in his chest to force him back down to the mat, and I go knee over knee. From here, I will personally try to let go of the body lock and get a cross face. Okay, from here, Isaac's probably gonna accept half guard instead of being smash position here, and now we can start working from here. If I get this half guard, I'm gonna rewind the hips, shorten my elbow, I'm putting a hard cross face in to free that knee. From here, I can opt to go mount, side control, or whatever. Okay, so that's pathway number one, if I feel like I can get chest to chest. If I wanna go chest to back, that's usually because he's staying on that elbow and I can't force him down. So let's say you have that knee shield in, I'm collapsing it in, I'm here. Right, I'm trying to get him back, but I can't. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my knee up and my other knee goes up as well. Now from here, I'm gonna switch to the other side, to where now he has to either accept side control, or as he starts to build up his base, I can let go of the body lock, limp arm, and get chest to back. Okay, that closed circuit around his hips is gonna help me kind of dictate where I wanna go. If I don't have that body lock, it's gonna make it a lot easier for him to move around, especially when it gets really sweaty. So that's from the knee cut position, right? So we're in this kind of split squat position. So you're on your back, right? I'm just gonna dive my head down, hips go back. Even if he has that underhook, I really don't care. Right, from here, this leg either turks to prevent the closed guard, or it pummels out to get outside the guard. This hand is gonna be doing a lot of things. Sometimes I'll bait my hand out so they try to reach for a Kimura or an underhook, and this is gonna make my life a lot easier, give them a little shred of hope. But in general, what I'm trying to do is now I'm gonna lean back and away from them. They're most likely gonna build up onto this elbow. When they do, I lock my hands and I sprawl my hip towards the floor. I can choose to go all the way up to mount. If he shoots that leg through for a half guard, I can snip over into chest half guard, working to free my knee into 3/4 mount passing. Or if he stays on his elbow and I can't pin him, I'm gonna switch knees. Right knee goes down, left knee goes up. I'm gonna start cutting to the back. Usually from here I can switch to a handcuff, or if he really starts to build up from here, I can let go of the body lock and limp arm. The final one is one of my favorite ways to enter. It's from half guard. When I do this though, I'm doing a sprawl half guard method. right? So when I get here, this works really well against shin to shin. It also works if they're just sit up for me. All I'm gonna do is sprawl my hip in between his legs, cup his knee, and get a tight waist all at the same time. So as I'm here, I just sprawl out, okay? If your head position is up, they'll be able to push you away. So as I sprawl, I get my head low. Right from here, it's the same story. I'm gonna bring my heel up, try to cover his knee. If I can cover his knee, I'm of course gonna pass half guard. If he chooses to go like omoplata, gogoplata, these things happen, I'm gonna rotate him back the other way. So I'm gonna cup his knee and I'm gonna pull him center to where now he has to blow his own knee to shreds in order to omoplata me. Or if I stay on this side like this, he can push my head away. He can start throwing that leg over. This is no good. All right, so as I'm here, I'm gonna rewind his hips. And now from here, as he lets go of the omoplata, if he's still trying it, I can step over, get my near side underhook. That's probably one of my favorite ways to enter the body lock. Again, it's not a traditional body lock, but it is a tight waist, right? We're creating that closed circuit around our partner to, again, force chest-to-chest half guard, which leads to mount, or swivel around to the back, get a chest-to-back connection, and start to take the back. These are the 3 ways that I like to enter that inside body lock. Let me explain a little bit as to why I don't like the traditional body lock. If Isaac's playing butterfly guard and I lock double overs, for me, this feels like I'm in a stalling position and I'm gonna get swept right away. I've found personally that if I have one leg to worry about, the inside leg, this makes things a lot easier for me. Right, so I don't generally do it from a butterfly situation. I just get put in a lot of trouble there. So I've found that I like to do it from 3 positions. Either headquarters, turn this way, split squat, or if I can sprawl out, sprawling half guard, okay? These are the 3 entries that I like to look towards. Let's look a little bit more in depth at the pathways that we're gonna follow from these 3 positions. All right, so we've already kind of looked at the pathways that we're gonna take from the headquarters, from the split squat, and from the half guard, but I wanna kind of expand on it a little bit more of where we're trying to get to and what my modus operandi, the mode of operation is for these positions. So as I'm here with Isaac, let's say that I have the headquarters position, right? I have left knee in, because this is the way I prefer to pass, and I've got my body lock. All right, so sit up. I have my body lock. I could pass to side control, but I really prefer to pass to mount. Okay, so as I flatten him out here, I'm gonna either opt to go knee cut or pummel my shins in and get straight to mount. Right, I found that passing straight to mount is a lot better. Why? Because he can't get his legs in the way as easy. A good person from side control, they can chill out, get their knees back in, and you're back to passing the guard all over again. This changes if he has a near side underhook on me. Right, so if I'm passing with an underhook on the wrong side, right, and I go for a knee cut, if I stay here, he's gonna be able to wrestle up on me. So when I get this position, I'm gonna step over his head. So I'm gonna take my hand over his head. Let's get back a little bit, this way, towards the wall. I'm gonna take my hand over his head. I'm gonna switch from a tight waist to a reverse hip lock here. Now from here, I can start either playing around with dorses, I can start stepping over the head, start looking for arm bars, or I can just go all the way to the other side, and now I'm in a safe position. Okay, so it kind of changes a little bit if they have that underhook. Let's look at from the split squat position. So he's on his back. So I'm in this split squat here. I'm maintaining good balance and pressure. When I decide to sprawl, I'm using my head to lead the way. I'm either gonna end up in half guard, where we can go to mount, or I'm just gonna end up straight mount anyways. Okay, so as I'm here, as Isaac is pushing me away, I'm gonna go over the frames, not into them. I go over with my head dropping, my hips raising, and I collapse his knees together. As he sits up, as he most likely will, I lock my hands. Now from here, what I usually end up doing is I go knee down, knee up, and I can flatten him out in a mounted position where now I can let go of my body lock and start working for head mount. If he's not letting me do that, the way he stops me from doing that is by shooting his leg through to where I can't go over top of it. Okay, so as he starts to shoot that leg through, now we're in chest-to-chest half guard. Here's what I'm looking to do. I'm gonna bring my knee in, let go of my body lock. I'm either gonna go near side underhook or crossface. That's what this arm is really doing. right? This arm goes up. If he blocks the cross face, I'm gonna go under. If I go under for the underhook, he blocks that, I go cross face. Right, here's the key though in the modern entrance way. Right, I need to free this arm so I don't get buggy choke. I don't want that to happen. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is as I'm rewinding his hips, I'm gonna switch my hips, bring my knee off the floor, my inside knee. I'm gonna bring my left arm tight, just like this. Now from here, I'm not gonna pass straight to mount yet because I want head and arm control first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a super shallow kind of bite on an underhook here, right at the bone of my wrist like I'm catching a heel hook. Now, I'm basically gonna throw an uppercut with my whole body, my knee and elbow are together, and I'm gonna get his arm above his head. Right now, from here, I can go elbow to elbow grip and start passing all the way into mount. Generally speaking, I'm not gonna go to mount in most cases unless I have a head and arm mount. Right, so if I end up, maybe we're here, and I pull my leg out into a knee on belly, I keep a good cross face, here I pin the wrist, I get a shallow underhook. Now, I don't settle in mount. Right, I'm doing a knee right here until I lock my elbows. Now I can go to mount safely, right? Because the kipping escape can be such a dangerous option from that position. Okay? So that's how we are looking at pinning our partner. The back takes honestly lead to a lot of scrambles, so I'm not gonna go over that too much. A lot of times that body lock, if you're pulling it in tight enough, your partner will concede that bottom pin and you can get chest to chest quite easily. Okay, so that's kind of like my inside body locking system. It's still really rudimentary. I did this off the cuff. I had no plans of a lesson or anything, so I kind of just off the top of my head. So if you guys want to see anything else, be sure to leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this position. If you have any other additional insights into the passing system itself, feel free to let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.